Well, I'm going to record this because otherwise if I don't, I might envy myself in the future. Yep, basically just going to play all 9 courses. I should win, but it shouldn't take that long. Because like the first race takes all of about 30 seconds, so... Yeah, this is a Star Wars racing game from 2001, I believe. Yep, 2001. And it's very arcadey, almost Mario Kart-like. I guess it is relatively fun for what it is. I will say it's better than the bloody Flintstones racing game. But we shall see. Wrong button. And the only reason why I picked Darth Maul is because he was the guy that I beat this entire circuit thing with, so I know how he pilots. He's supposed to like pilot the exact same as like Darth Vader, who you get by beating this exact galactic course, which is all 9 races, as Anakin. Which isn't necessarily an easy thing to do, because Anakin is relatively slow. Whereas with Darth Maul, he's heavy and fast, but he has slow acceleration. But as you can see, it sort of, oh my god, it sort of doesn't matter. And the only problem is with this first race, it's sort of hard to find out. Oh, I'm done. Yeah, it was sort of hard to find out if you get lapped or not. But from this point forwards, the races get a lot more... Linear is obviously the wrong word, but they get more race-like, where you know who's second, first, fourth, that kind of thing. It's very rare if you actually somehow manage to lap someone. I've done it in a couple of races that'll come up later, but yeah, it is relatively hard, because obviously if you lap people, they can still hit you. Like as you've seen there when I hit, what was it, Anakin with that red beam thing. Because he was in like, what, not second, you can hit anyone with anything. Which I guess is quite nice, but like if you're lapping people, like if you're lapping people, you shouldn't really be able to do that. But and as always, you pretty much just save one for defense, really. Ah, crap, I needed that. Because on the bottom right is the purple bar thing. It is basically your health. If that obviously reaches 0, you spin out. You do. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to it, really. Oh, and I'm about to be hit by a drone, I believe. Yeah, there it is. That just does max damage. There's nothing you can do about that. I think that's like sort of a blue shell, I believe. Like it doesn't matter what place you're in, anyone gets it, and it goes after the person who's in first. Which I guess is quite nice. But obviously, as always, very annoying for the person who's in first. Let's see if I can pick up this boost. Because you can boost past these Jawas and not get hit. It is very rare if it happens, but I mean, obviously they pretty much have auto aim, you can't really dodge it. Again, I've only ever done it once. And that was when I recently played this. To unlock Darth Vader. That was the only time that I managed to do it, and it was by obviously pure fluke. Oh, and also if you look on the left hand side where the map is, you will see people like spawn almost directly behind me. That's because this game doesn't have rubber banding. Like, there you go. Like, this game doesn't really have rubber banding as much as rubber teleporting. Teleport banding, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But basically, instead of allowing the AI to be faster than their stats allow them, this game just teleports, I think, the person who's in like 3rd or 4th to just phase up to where you are, and then yeah, and then obviously that's how the rubber banding works in this. It doesn't really help a lot of the time because obviously it pulls people forwards, and then I believe it semi-breaks the AI, because obviously the AI is driving, doing the thing that they're normally doing, then they get phased somewhere else, and then obviously AI sort of has to very quickly just see its new surroundings and then take its path. So by the time that happens, it's like back and forth again anyway. So yeah, the rubber banding in this is, I mean, the most cheaty rubber banding I've ever encountered in a racing game, but it is also the most useless. No, I don't need that. And also ignore the frame rate here, it just always dips. I mean, obviously the game's not perfect, it is a 2001 PS2 game, so I believe obviously this is a very early PS2 era video game. So, I mean, I'm cutting it some slack, you know. It is relatively fun, and obviously if you've got friends, forever alone. But yeah, and this also utilizes the PS2's multi-tap, which I don't actually know what games support it, but this is like the only game that I'm aware of, or that I own, that supports multi-tap. Probably be like one of many accessories I'll never buy, just because, I mean, yeah, okay, like if I ever see it for like maybe £5 or something, I might, but just to own one. Like, I've seen the PS1's multi-tap, I believe, or SNES's, if SNES has one, which I can't remember if it does or not. I mean, I don't think it does, but and then, obviously, the only other Star Wars racing game I'm aware of is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the PS1, which was remade for the PS2, and it was Star Wars Racer Revenge. I don't know if it's a full-blown sequel or if it's just a remake. I think it's a remake. I need to look into... Yeah, that's the only other thing that this game does as well, that I didn't think I needed to mention, but sometimes you will just clip an angle like perfectly and it would just shoot you upwards, or sometimes if you're at like a certain height, I believe, and you obviously hit the ground in a certain weird pixel of the terrain, it sort of bounces you up again, and obviously you lose a lot of speed doing that. You do. Like, it can happen here quite a lot. It can. Yeah, I won't mind playing a Star Wars Racer Revenge, sorry. Because I say it won't be that long. It'll be like this. It'll be like maybe an hour long at best. See, 254. Now, if we look at who was in second, technically I should have like at least a 5-second head start. Well, not a head start, but 5-second lead. It will probably be like maybe a second or so. Yeah, there you go. It's a second. Because, like I say, the rubber banding in this just phases someone directly behind you. So I was only faster than him by like a second. Because obviously, if you obviously heard Boss Nass directly behind me. It's stuff like that where you can lose. Because I don't know if AI carries the items with them when they get teleported. If they do, you can quite imagine that scenario, being in the lead the entire race, and then just being completely sidewinded by being attacked by someone who shouldn't be able to attack you. But it happens, it's not really too much of a problem. And yeah, that's supposed to be Obi-Wan. And he's gonna fire it at me, isn't he? Yep. For anyone who's played Mario Kart, you always know when someone picks something up, they're gonna hit you with it. Oh yeah, and that's another thing with this game that is slightly annoying. You can bump into the AI. That was my fault. You can bump into the AI like that to reduce their shield, but it never attacks them. Oh, thank you for the follow, Venom Loser. Appreciate it. Yeah, also. There is another shortcut here, just to the left-ish. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, just to the left, as you can see there, but it's a very tight turn, and I never really take it. It's not really I mean, it's useful, but it's a very tight turn, and obviously, as you've seen there, you can still take damage by driving into things, so... It's usually best to try and take shortcuts, obviously, because the AI will always take them. Actually, they won't always take them. One of the levels later that has a shortcut is a shortcut that I believe no one can actually reach. So, you know, it kind of begs the question, why does it exist? I do not know. But, yeah, it's right there. You have to make an immediate, like, 90-degree left turn to get the shortcut just there. It's more time consuming if you don't know where it is, or even if you do know where it is, because you're gonna like lose quite a bit of speed. It's better to just go forward and take the first left, take that shortcut. Oh, and also jumping. It keeps all your speed for some reason. I mean, we're floating, but like try and jump wherever possible, just to maintain the speed. Except for that, because I think in maybe 3 races from now, you will see how much speed you can get when you go downhill. Like, you get so much speed that you skip, I believe, like half of the bloody race by pretty much flying over it. Then if you jump at the right section, you can skip some other parts of it, because you go down and you get, like I say, you gain so much speed, then if you jump at the right time, you skip some stuff, then if you jump again, you skip having to go up a hill. And obviously going up a hill slightly slows you down, so by skipping all of that. Now this level, yeah, I don't really know what to say about it, because it's not a bad level. It's a level that has water, so you can go up, down, left and right, so swimming sort of. It's 3-dimensional. But that very room there, the AI for some reason can like fly their way up it. I don't know how or why, but they can. I've seen them do it. I hope I can catch it actually, because I can point it out, but they probably won't do it. But if they do, you'll just see them directly in front of me, just go straight up the center of that way. Yeah, this is the room here. Like, you just see them go straight upwards. I don't know how they do it. I don't. Because you can lose this race for that exact reason. They just phase up a hill somehow. I mean, it might have something to do with getting like the perfect jump at the perfect angle when you jump out and you get the boost, but I've never been able to do it. And yeah, this skips that entire section just over to the left there. Am I gonna get hit? Yeah, I am. There it is. Right. Because again, this room sucks because if you fall down, back up you go. Again, as a kid, I could never get out of that room because I kept falling off and wondering what the hell was going on. I was not a smart child. I wasn't. I mean, I'm not really a smart adult now, but I'll take what I can get. Yeah, like that right there, where you have that small ramp when you enter this room, that might be the way where if you jump right, you can skip the entire thing. Okay, that guy was in whatever place. I think that was Obi-Wan. Yeah, that was Obi-Wan. What place was he in? Obi-Wan, oh, he was 6th. Nice. Yeah, and because I've got 150 points, I believe if I win the next race, it will be impossible for me to lose. Even if I come dead last and get 0 points, it will be impossible for me to lose. Because 270 is the maximum amount, which means I have 150. After this, I'll get 180. He'll have, say, 57 still. And then with 3 courses, that's 90, that's 140, yeah. No one can beat me. They can't. Which makes it fun for me, because then... Well, I just hope to God that my PS2 lasts long enough that it doesn't start to explode in a moment. Because that's the thing with this game as well. Like, I don't know if it's my PS2 just because of how old it is, because I've had it for over 10 years, or around 10 years. It doesn't really like this game for some reason. So I don't know if it's just this game being potentially... Oh my god. For being potentially a not great coded game for PS2. I mean, I would take that, but as long as my PS2 survives for like another 15 minutes, we should be fine. Well, not even 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Because after this, and I think it's the last 3 races. It is. Which, in the next race, that's the one with the slope in it. Like I say, you'll see it immediately, and also that's Watto's shop. That is. I might, yeah. Actually. Lovely. Or not. No. I shouldn't have used the red beam on Anakin. I just thought I'd try and show off that you can hit someone who is way behind you. But yeah. Karma hit me almost immediately. Yeah, because where was Anakin? He was 6, so yeah, didn't really matter. Yeah, 52. I have 180. So yeah, there's only 3 more races. So that's what, 90? Yeah, no, I can't lose unless the game bloody crashes. But I can't lose this at this point. I don't even think I could have lost it from... No, I could have lost it from last time. Yeah, but I think that's supposed to be Emperor Palpatine, by the way. Or it's just some dude who was in the Star Wars movies at one point, with whom I do not remember, because obviously I think this is completely based on the prequels. And when I mean prequels, I mean Episode 1. Yeah, because it's only got Episode 1 characters. So yeah, he somehow shows his face in Episode 1, I don't remember him. And here's the slide. Well, not slide, but slope. See, I would have still gained my speed, but because I hit that bloody lamppost, kind of screwed myself a little bit. And that's why you save boost, because you can fall off that. And obviously it takes a lot of time to get back. Yep, that's the kind of bounce that you want. but you never have enough speed to outrun those things. Once one gets locked on, game over. Yeah, I mean, I got a semi-decent bounce, I suppose. I'll actually take that. No, because that's going to do that. Okay. So who's in second? Oh, he was a good 5 seconds behind me. The game didn't have time to rubber band him. It didn't. Well, only 2 more races to go, and this is the Naboo area. I don't know what it's called, but basically where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn fight Darth Maul. And you can't actually get lost in this. Not lost, but you can. There is a wrong way to go. There is. Yeah, you can go left and go all the way around the reactors, and it is much, much slower. And obviously that's the best way to go up there. Jump up and around. I don't actually know if anyone speedruns this, but I mean, I would suppose if... Oh yeah, you can also go too fast and hit the bloody beam. Yeah, I wonder if anyone's actually sped around this. I'd be interested. Not to do it myself, but just intrigued if there's a way to like somehow break this game and maybe attain enough speed to clip through it. No. Now for the last race, which is in space with the Trade Federation ship. And then that's this game done. Just thought I'd play it, record it. Because it is a fairly fun game. It is very short, but it is a fairly fun game to play. And like I say, if you do have anyone, you know, friends specifically, and you know you have at least 2 controllers, it's a fun game to play for obviously half an hour. You know, it is a fun game to play. Replay is obviously kind of harder to do, because although obviously I've played it recently in the past couple of days just to unlock Darth Vader, like the last time I played this was probably not long after I got the PS2, which was about 10 years ago. Oh yeah, and also if people land on top of you, you sort of sink into your vehicle and you have like no speed whatsoever. And that happens. Again, too much speed can lose you so much time. Yeah, obviously now, as long as no one lands on me, I should be fine. Because the other thing is with this room, I'm fairly certain you need to boost your way to get out of it. Oh, see, that's the kind of bounce that can screw you over. Like, you just hit the wrong pixel or part of the ramp where it... Because obviously it's all fairly geometry based with triangles and stuff, it's not a perfect circle. So you sort of hit sort of one edge of it and it just bounces you off. It's really annoying, but I mean, as you can see, it's not really a detriment to winning or losing. Damn it, I missed. But yeah. Done. That is Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. And I would probably assume something like half an hour. If that. I'd be surprised. But yeah. That is, like I say, Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. If it looked interesting and you have a PS2 and maybe one night where you want to play the game with your friends or even play it solo and it's relatively cheap, I can recommend it. I can wholeheartedly recommend this. Oh wow, I was 8 seconds faster. Yeah, I can wholeheartedly recommend this game. Especially if you have multi-tap and obviously, you know, 4 people to play. Then, I mean, I guess it's a nice little sort of party game, like say for about half an hour or so. Because there is also a mirror mode, but yeah. Yeah. That's Star Super Bombad Racing. I hope you enjoy. I will catch you again in the next one. Ta-ra.